All right, we're sitting here with Nolene and Lucien van Haastien and their little boy Lance. And he is now, he's just turned 2, yeah, that's right. They're going to tell us a bit more about how long they've been on the natural way, and then because on this particular DVD we're dealing with detox, I want them to share with us the detox program that they recently did and why they did it. So really over to Nolene and Lucien. I just really want to ask you just to tell us about why you on the natural way, what made you get onto it, and then why you did this detox.
Well, I started the natural way the week after I met you on the camp, the church camp.
Oh, okay.
I was absolutely hooked after that camp, and
It must have been the food.
It was the food. It was absolutely delicious, and you know, I wasn't sick with anything before, although I did have lots of, you know, kind of illnesses growing up, but I just loved food, and I wanted to eat as much as I wanted, really, without getting sick and putting on lots of weight.
Yeah.
And so I had read all the different books, you name it, the X diet, the whatever.
The Y diet, the A diet.
The blood diet, eventually Atkins. And when I heard you talk at the camp, everything just kind of made sense. And I thought, right, this is the end. And my family was so tired of me because every time I read a book and got hooked on it, I would convert my mom and sister.
Oh, okay.
And they used to get so mad. Another one now. Anyway, yeah, and shortly after I started it, I fell pregnant with Lance.
Had you been trying to fall pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. So you had, but hadn't fallen pregnant.
Yes.
How long had you been practicing?
Quite a few months.
Okay.
Quite a few months. But funny enough, for the 1 month that I thought Atkins was a good idea, I actually stopped ovulating.
Oh, really?
I only know that now, and looking back in hindsight.
I've actually seen a couple of women that affects the hormonal system. They either had heavy menstrual periods or extreme pain. But and you say you actually stopped ovulating.
So anyway, then I fell pregnant with Lance, and we were trying to implement the 5 steps.
Okay.
And it wasn't easy because I wasn't healthy enough. So I had all these cravings.
Oh, okay.
And not being a cake person, although I loved sugar, I lived on sugar before, but not, you know, I just craved cake and biscuits and sweet stuff, and he had to like take it away from me. You know, you've had one piece, that's enough.
I tried.
So, knowing what I know now, I don't, you know, I wasn't as healthy as I could have been with that pregnancy. But anyway, Lucien.
But you were better than you'd been before.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And I always say to people that you've got to look back to see how far you've come, not forward at how far you've got to go, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I cut out dairy because I have major sinus mucus problems with dairy. I always
So did that clear up?
Oh, it cleared up straight away.
Yeah, and you were actually working for a dairy company at the time.
Yes. Still working for it. I've been in dairy my whole life.
Yeah.
And which made it worse because I was in, you know, I was in product development and quality assurance, so I was tasting the products every day. So, you know, I was just overloading on dairy. And, yeah, so it was, we were making slow progress, put it that way. And we were food combining and everything. Anyway, to cut a long story short, it was only really when Lance was born and I started breastfeeding that I saw food starting to affect him. With colic type symptoms, and that's when I became very strict, and I just cut out gluten as well. And
it's actually quite amazing how much easier and more motivated you are to change once you've got a child. It's actually quite amazing. Because I mean, even you as a dad, you start thinking, well, I've got to set a good example for my child.
Yes.
You know,
and he could see, you know, because he doesn't really have mucus problems. He doesn't have gluten problems.
I'm very lucky in a way.
So, I mean, you felt when you started, you really just
Yeah.
boosted energy. And
yeah, the big thing for me was because I work quite a lot, I work quite hard. The big thing was just my energy levels. I didn't have huge energy levels, and for a long time we just thought that it was kind of normal. But it was quite a big change quite quickly.
Just to sleep
After
on
we started, just
every
quite
afternoon.
fatigued. But now, looking back, what a good 2 years later, it feels like a big change. I still feel like I have so much energy in the mornings and really can go.
And you're not sleeping your weekends away.
No, exactly. So that's for me the biggest change. But I guess I've always been aware of health, or wellness. But since Nolene and what she's been teaching us, you know, it's really made a good impact and a great impression. So it's really made me feel much better.
But the funny thing is when, you know, I had healthy kids, I'd read everything. But with problems with him, I didn't just read the book and, okay, that's what I have to do. I phoned Melissa and said, you know, this is what's happening. And she said, you've got to do this and this. And I was like, I know, I read that in the book, but are you sure it's going to work?
You just needed
She said, yes, just do it. Okay, so I did it, and I find that even now, that people, even though they've read the book, you interpret it for yourself, and you think, well, that doesn't really apply to me. But sometimes you just need someone to tell you, just do it. And she said, just do it for 21 days. Take out the gluten for 21 days. And it made a huge difference, both to me and, I mean, I'm definitely gluten intolerant. But
so
before
what is the big difference? What did you notice was so...
Oh, a completely flat stomach. No bloating. I always got bloating. I thought it was
just a woman
PMS, you know, or I could always explain it.
What were the changes that you noticed when you took the gluten out of your diet?
Yeah, definitely a completely flat stomach. I mean, not having to feel like it's bloated and crampy. I also, a few years back, I was told, first I was told I had lactose intolerance, and I said, no, I eat ice cream every single day. I'm on a taste panel, so, and I don't get it every day, but, you know, just IBS symptoms. And they did everything. Eventually I went to homeopath, and they said, you've got a spastic colon. That was completely gone. Even Lucien battled with that. If we ate rich food, because we used to love going out to dinner, we had, you know, not overly rich, just a normal restaurant food. Very soon after eating this meal in the restaurant, I would just have to run to the bathroom. And eventually the only thing I could eat was salad, and you know, and then I didn't have the problem. But after taking gluten out, it's completely disappeared. It just
amazing.
I can't even remember what it was like.
Amazing.
So that made a huge difference, and then from there, I mean, once you really do it properly, you know, you really, then it's easier to listen to your body as well, because then you notice so much more.
Changes.
So, you know, and during that time is when I did the course.
Okay. You've now done both courses, and you're actually a natural health consultant.
Yes, I just...
Specialising in babies and children, aren't you? Pregnancy.
I just couldn't bear the thought of... Well, I did have to go back to work, but only for 6 months. But I just wanted to be at home with Lance. And knowing what I know now, I just couldn't wait to detox properly, because I never ever had the chance, because I was pregnant and then breastfeeding. So I really just couldn't wait to get Lucien to join me to put into practice what I'd learned. So as soon as I stopped breastfeeding Lance, which was just a few months ago, like the week later, we went into the detox.
Oh, really?
Because the other thing I forgot to mention is that when I was breastfeeding, I lost a lot of weight with him. Now, I'm naturally thin, but I really was weighing what I probably weighed in high school. And Lucien also had lost quite a bit of weight, but we weren't really exercising enough as much as we should have been. So going into the detox, we also, you know, I knew that, like many people want to lose weight, we wanted to kind of kickstart correcting our metabolism so that we could put on weight.
Okay.
But I knew also the breastfeeding, you know, I
Yeah.
wasn't going to put on weight while I was breastfeeding.
Yeah.
As much as I ate,
Mm.
it just wasn't going to happen. So when we went into the detox, we were doing the 5 steps. You know, I was a lot stricter than Lucien. You know, I'd been off dairy and gluten and refined sugar for as long as I'd been breastfeeding Lance. And although I was eating 2 cooked starch meals a day because I was so hungry and I was trying to keep my weight up. And Lucien would still have occasionally some animal protein, refined sugar, caffeine,
alcohol,
dairy, alcohol. But it was basically following the 5 steps.
Yeah.
So that's when we started the detox, where Lucien kind of, I said he should start before me. And the week before he was allowed no caffeine, bread.
How did you feel to cutting caffeine? What happened?
No, at first, I mean, you don't know what to expect. I mean, I've been drinking coffee for so long.
But you were having far less.
Yeah,
than you used to.
I used to have my own little plunge at work. That's how much coffee I drank. But in a week, I just cut out all the coffee and tea and whatever else. Bread and chocolate, sweets. And the first thing I really felt was, I think I just started getting a dull headache. I felt a bit fuzzy. And over time, in that week, I started getting a runny nose. That was about it for the first couple of days of the kind of detox. Obviously, before we went into the full kind of raw eating and obviously the kind of fasting. But I don't know what to expect, but it was just like a dull headache.
And you found it quite
fuzziness.
easy?
Yeah, I did.
But you were working, I mean, you were at work.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy because a lot of the times I just took fruit to work and just had that during the day.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't an issue for me. It was quite easy just to kind of
So
cut it
what
out
did you
and see what
guys
happened.
eat when you were on the detox?
Well, we started off by Lucien cutting out those extra things.
Yeah.
And then the first day of the proper detox really was when we had fruit all day, which was new for us.
Yeah.
And then at night we just had a big salad with cooked vegetables and starch.
Okay.
And a few days later we cut the starch out
Okay.
and we just had cooked vegetables. A few days later we went on to raw. We had fruit all day and a salad at night. But by the second day, I just cannot do salad without olive oil and salt.
It's like eating with long teeth there.
So the second day of raw, we had fruit all day because then at least you could eat. And it just...
Well, that's an interesting thing because what is fascinating, and it's one of the things I say in my original book, The Natural Way, is that fruit's the only food that tastes nice in its natural form, without oil and salt and anything else. And you don't realise that until you take, I can't live without salad, but take the oil and the salt away, and lettuce is not so inspiring.
And you just have to eat really a lot to feel satisfied as well.
And you had nuts as well? Surely?
Yes, we had nuts.
And dried fruit?
Oh yeah, and dried fruit,
and how did you find just doing the fruit only? I mean, what was that?
I also got like a dull headache at the back of my head to start with. But Lucien felt very tired, but I had loads of energy.
Yeah. Oh, because you'd taken out all the caffeine and stuff.
It was later in the week.
Yeah, but even when we went on, from the beginning, you still felt more tired.
Yeah. I didn't have energy. Where Nolene just seemed like, oh no, she's doing fine. I'm like, I felt
having
tired.
taken out the caffeine, you find that your adrenal glands just go flat, and your blood sugar's low.
Yeah.
Your blood pressure drops as well.
The one day you said at work you actually felt kind of
dizzy.
Hypoglycemic.
Yes.
Very.
Were you
shaky.
taking Para-90 at the time as well?
No, we decided to do the Para-90 only after the fast.
Okay.
Because just
it was too much.
The first time I just didn't want it to be too much. And I did a 3-day and Lucy did a 2-day. But what we did, which
raw or fast?
Fast.
Just no water, just no food as well.
Yeah.
So you did.
Sorry. So
just
getting
take
back
us
to
back
my
to it.
program.
You did the raw.
So we cut out the starch eventually. Yes, we went on to raw. So I did raw for 3 days, and Lucy did raw for 2 days. And then on the Saturday morning, he started his fast, but I was on my 3rd day of raw.
Okay.
Which was, it's a good idea. Just you know, we decided to do it that way. I wanted to do a 3-day.
Yes.
But Lucien couldn't take time off work,
Yeah.
so he just did the weekend.
Okay.
But we hadn't planned to overlap. But for anyone who's thinking of doing it, a husband and wife, if you've got kids, then make sure you overlap, or even fast separately, because
Yeah.
looking after a child and you're both fasting, because one of the big things it hit Lucien suddenly was irritability,
Yeah.
and then it hit me as well. I wasn't as bad, but he, because it's unlike, you know, I've become very irritable, especially if I have sugar, but he
Yeah.
doesn't really get irritable.
No.
He's a very easygoing, but he was like this other person, you know, extremely irritable. So if you're both fasting and you're both irritable and you're trying to look after a toddler,
No, yeah.
it's not easy.
So it's, and then, but the thing is that when you're
so-
fasting separately, then the one must go and eat outside.
Well, we still had to feed Lars.
Yeah,
so
that's the difficulty. Maybe you need to ship him off to his granny.
yes,
next time.
that would be even better. So that's what we did. Then after the fast, we did the same amount of days raw as we had
Yes.
fasted, and then slowly introduced the cooked vegetables.
Okay,
and
so how many
starches.
days were you on the fruit during the day and the veggies at night? And the starch?
Probably about 2 or 3 days.
And then no starches, what, another 2
Another
or 3?
2 or 3, yeah.
And
2 to
then
3.
and then the fruit only, another 2 or 3 days?
I was 3 days, and Lucien was 2 days.
And then you did a 2-day fast and you did a 3-day fast.
Mm.
And then you did 2 to 3 days back on raw?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. And reverse, yeah. going
That's,
back
and then you
on that.
reversed it backwards,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
you introduced salads, and then the oil and the
Yes.
salt. It must have tasted delicious.
It was fantastic.
Yes.
Well, the best thing was when we broke the fast.
Yeah, that was the
And
best.
You were still
What did you
alive.
break your fast on?
I broke mine with orange juice.
Yeah. I had
Um,
nectarines. No,
He
no,
broke
it
it with the
nectarines.
nachi. I said, no,
Nachi.
you can't. He said, I'm just having this nachi
I had
now.
to have the nachi.
Yeah.
It was the most delicious nachi I've ever
Oh,
had in
is
my life. Yeah, it was
The
wonderful.
food always tastes the
Yeah.
nicest
Yes.
afterwards.
And soon afterwards, I also had a nachi after I had my orange juice
Did
because
you
I
have
was
any-
so hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, after such a shortish fast, you can break on whole
Yes.
fruit. It's not serious. Did you
Yeah.
feel any symptoms other than irritability while you were fasting?
Oh, yes.
What did you hear?
Dark urine. The first
urine?
day, I think I can't remember if I had dark urine the first day, but the first day was still a bit of a dull headache. I started to get a bit of a stuffy nose,
Mm-hmm.
but the second day was the worst. All my old kind of ailments
Yeah.
came in one day.
Like what?
I had blocked ears.
Mhm.
So when I was about 12, I had such mucus in my ears. I had to have them syringed, and so that came back. I've never had it since I was 12, but it came back. And I always used to suffer from growing pains
Yeah.
in my thighs, always, which I now know was gluten.
Yeah.
And that came back. My legs ached like anything.
Yeah.
A bit of
body retraces.
yes.
The,
It was actually difficult to sleep. Couldn't fall asleep. Heart palpitations, a bit of nausea early in the morning.
okay.
But we found that if you keep water next to your bed during the night and you sip it as you wake up,
It's
Yeah.
true. I remember
then
drinking
that,
a lot during the night.
yeah,
But,
you've got to drink a lot of water. And then the nausea was fine.
yeah.
And just, my weight was already low and I lost 3 kilos.
Yeah, which
On
is
the
the
far- a
last
kilo
thing
a
you
day.
need to lose. Yeah.
So I felt very weak. Not sleepy tired, but just weak,
Yeah.
couldn't pick him up or what else? Coated tongues,
Yeah.
irritable.
Bad breath.
Yeah, Lucien definitely had.
Can't remember that.
I got a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, me too.
I don't
It
know.
wasn't bad breath.
I
It was
don't know
just
if it
like a
was
funny taste.
metal, but it could have been.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize it specifically as
Mm.
metals, but it's quite possible it was.
And then you went
Yeah,
on raw. And once you ate the fruit, did all your symptoms disappear, or did they take a while to go?
They pretty much disappeared quite quickly, actually.
Yeah.
The third day for me wasn't as bad. I was never hungry on the fast, but I wanted to eat.
Yes.
I missed eating.
It's almost like you've got nothing to do with your life.
Yes,
Mm.
and I had to feed him. And
Yeah.
one night I was cutting cucumber for Lance, and
I was
Lucien
in
was
Milan.
standing on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
You cutting cucumber. You could just smell.
I wasn't even seeing what she was doing, but I could.
Your senses.
Get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Your senses are all sharp into ears. And
that was the big thing for me as well. I was quite irritable, but my senses were so acute.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I could smell that, and it was strange.
Do you find any spiritual benefits from fasting? Or are you too busy with little ones?
No, I think we were too busy.
Yeah.
When I do it again, then I would definitely like to rather go away and be on your own. So I can't really say that.
So your
think we're still a
diet
bit
since the
busy.
fast and the detox, has it changed from when it was before? Have you settled into a slightly different routine?
Yes, it has. Now I don't know. Maybe breastfeeding played played a big part. But my appetite is. First of all, I put on weight. The weight came back on very, very quickly. But I was eating less than before.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it was also something to do with the breastfeeding. But my appetite stabilized.
Yeah.
I'm eating far less food
Yeah.
than I used to, but my weight went back up to my normal weight very quickly.
Yeah.
It was quite incredible because it just...
Which
just
is where you wanted it to go to.
That's where my body was supposed to go.
Yeah. And yours, Lucian?
No, I think I lost about...
You lost 2 kilos.
Yeah, I lost about 2 kilos, and I still haven't put it on, but I've been going back to gym recently quite a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, when we were doing the detox before the fast, during the actual days of fasting, we didn't have any barley life, no garden tree, no herbal fibre blend. It was only water.
Only water.
But during the week leading up to it, we were on herbal fibre blend.
Yeah, okay, good.
Which we've been on before.
Well, the herbal fibre also helps to get rid of a lot of parasites. So you may find that the para-90 just got rid of some, the big ones.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to come and see you as a consultant to come and help you with the detox, you could do that as well. That would be a good thing. Because now you've done it yourself.
Yes.
I mean, you knew the theory behind it, but now you've actually done it yourself.
And it's amazing. I've already had a client who's fasted.
Yeah.
She wanted to actually fast for 2 weeks. And I said to her, well, that's great, but, don't set a time. Just see how you go. And she got to about a week and a half.
Yeah.
And it's amazing just to hear the similarities that you go through. And
what was she fasting for? Just to clean out, or was it a health problem?
to clean out, and she wanted to also just kickstart her weight loss and bring her cholesterol down.
Okay. And has it done that?
It has. It didn't do it immediately.
Yes. The cholesterol.
Yes, and her weight.
Yeah.
But she also fasted quite early in changing to the natural way.
Okay.
So,
she didn't do the whole detox and the no gluten.
Yeah, she did a lot very quickly.
Yes. Okay.
Which I did advise her that, there's pros and cons to that.
Yeah.
But her mindset was right. She was absolutely determined. So, but I think the best thing is just having someone to phone.
Yeah.
When you're getting these strange.
I mean, you've done the course,
symptoms.
so you could look at the notes and.
Yes, but when you've experienced it yourself,
Yeah.
then you can really identify what they're going through.
Yeah.
Especially when. And I mean, I've got another client who did just changing to the natural way, got all sorts of symptoms, tingling lips and then of course people start telling her what's wrong with her. She got told, you've got a vitamin B deficiency, that's why your lips are tingling.
It developed in, a week or something?
And so just, to be able to
have somebody
someone who can just...
That's all normal.
Yes,
carry on.
Or if you're not sure, try and find out, I think just the encouragement and the support.
Yeah.
But also we fasted it was still cold, and next time I do it in summer.
Yeah, because if you've got no padding, you just get cold.
Yes, and I had lost more weight, and that's the other thing, is I felt very cold.
Yeah.
I was wrapped in a duvet the whole day. It was
drinking hot water.
Yeah, but it's, I was very
You're
determined.
looking well, though. I mean, you're looking well, and you're looking
Thanks.
very,
Yeah,
very healthy. I mean.